Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here today. In this episode, I'm going to talk about something that every language learner needs: motivation. Motivation is that invisible force inside you that says, keep going, don't give up, try one more time. And here's the truth: learning English is not always easy. Some days you feel excited, you're learning new words, understanding more, but other days you feel slow, frustrated, maybe even hopeless. But you're not alone. Every learner from beginners to advanced speakers goes through this. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about how to stay motivated even on the days you feel like quitting. Motivation isn't magic. It's not always big or loud. Sometimes it's quiet, just a small voice saying, try for one more minute today. Right now, I'm going to share 3 short stories about learners just like you, and each one has a lesson you can use today. The first story is about a man who almost gave up, but didn't. And because he kept going, even just a little, everything changed. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin with our first story. Story 1. The 5-minute promise.
Marco was a 32-year-old nurse from Italy. He wanted to learn English so he could work in Canada. In the beginning, he was excited. He studied for 2 hours every night. But after 3 months, life got busy. Work shifts grew longer, and when he came home, he was exhausted. One night, he said to himself, "That's it. I'm too tired. I'll study again next week." But then he remembered something his friend told him. Even 5 minutes is better than nothing. So instead of quitting, Marco made a promise. No matter how tired he felt, he would study just 5 minutes every day. Some days he only reviewed 10 words. Other days, he listened to one short podcast. It didn't feel like much. But after 6 months, Marco noticed something. He understood English patience more clearly at work. He could answer simple questions without translating in his head. 5 minutes had become a habit, and that habit had changed him. A year later, he passed his English test and got the job in Canada. Not because he studied for hours, but because he never stopped completely.
Now, I chose 3 beautiful phrases from story 1. Let's see what they mean. Number 1, grew longer, became longer. Example: my work hours grew longer last month. Number 2, better than nothing. Small effort is still good. Example: 10 minutes of exercise is better than nothing. Number 3, made a promise. Decided to do something and keep it. Example: I made a promise to call my friend every week. So what's the lesson? Motivation doesn't mean doing a lot every day. It means showing up, even if it's just for a short time. Now, I want you to think about your own learning. Could you promise yourself just 5 minutes a day? Because once you start, 5 minutes often turns into 10. 10 turns into 20. And before you know it, you've done much more than you expected. But what if your motivation is not just low? What if it disappears completely? Let's talk about how to bring it back. And for that, I have another beautiful story. Story 2. The music trick.
Aisha was a student from Morocco. She loved English in school, but after graduation she stopped studying. Months passed, and every time she thought about starting again, she felt heavy inside. One evening, she was cleaning her room and found her old English playlist, songs she used to love. She played one, Imagine by John Lennon. As the music played, the words felt familiar, like an old friend. Aisha started singing along, at first softly, then louder. She didn't understand every line, but she felt happy, so she played another song, and another. That night, she spent 2 hours singing in English. The next day, she looked up the meaning of the lyrics. She learned 10 new words without feeling like she was studying. From then on, whenever she felt lazy or unmotivated, she used the music trick, playing her favorite English songs until her mood changed. Slowly, her love for English returned.
How you think about this story compared to the first? Leave your comment below. Now let's learn 4 phrases from story 2. Number 1. Felt heavy inside. Felt sad or unmotivated. Example: I felt heavy inside after failing my test. Number 2. Old friend. Something familiar that feels good. Example: reading that book again was like meeting an old friend. Number 3. Singing along. Singing together with music. Example: we were singing along to the radio in the car. Number 4. Looked up. Searched for information. Example: I looked up the word in the dictionary. Music isn't just for fun. It's a powerful memory tool. It can turn learning into play, and play keeps motivation alive. So here's a tip. Make an English playlist. Include songs you already love and new ones you want to explore. Listen while you walk, clean, or cook, and sometimes just sing without worrying about mistakes. But music is only one way. Some learners find motivation in stories, and the next one might surprise you. Let's move on to our last story today. Story 3. The Park Bench Conversation Tronabencho.
Kenji was a tourist from Japan visiting London for the first time. His English was basic, just enough for travel. One afternoon, he sat on a park bench eating lunch. An old man sat next to him and said, "Lovely day, isn't it?" Kenji froze for a second. He understood the words but wasn't sure how to answer. He smiled and said, "Yes, very lovely." The man asked, "Are you visiting?" Kenji replied slowly, "Yes, first time here." They talked for 10 minutes about the weather, the park, and food. When the man left, Kenji realized, I just had a conversation in English, without a book, without a teacher, just in real life. That small talk gave him huge confidence. Back home, he started talking to tourists in his own city. He learned that motivation often comes after action, not before.
Good job, my friends. Let's learn 3 phrases from story 3. Number 1. Froze for a second, stopped moving or speaking briefly. Example: I froze for a second when I forgot my lines. Number 2. Small talk. Short, friendly conversation. Example: we made small talk while waiting for the bus. Number 3. Gave him huge confidence. Made him feel very confident. Example: passing the test gave her huge confidence. Now I want to speak with slightly longer sentences so you can challenge your listening. Sometimes we think motivation is a starting point, that we must feel ready before we act. But often it works the other way around. You act first, and then the motivation appears. Think of Kenji in the park. He didn't feel ready to talk to a stranger, but when he tried, he succeeded, and that success gave him energy to keep learning. The same is true for you. You may not feel ready to start studying today, but if you open your notebook or play one short English video, you've already taken the first step, and the first step is the hardest one. Motivation also grows when you can see your progress. That's why I recommend keeping a learning journal. Write 1 or 2 sentences each day about what you studied or learned. In a few weeks, you can look back and see how far you've come, and that feeling is powerful. So, my friend, here's the truth. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to speak fast. You just need to keep going, even if it's small steps. When you feel tired, remember Marco's 5-minute promise. When you feel bored, remember Aisha's music trick. When you feel nervous, remember Kenji's park bench conversation. Motivation is not something you wait for. It's something you create, one action at a time. Thank you for showing up today. You're doing something many people are afraid to do, learning a new language. And that's something to be proud of. So keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.